Hello, namaste, and welcome to yet another book review on my YouTube channel. It's also simultaneously being recorded on my podcast on Spotify called as The Voice of Wisdom. So you can also listen to it on Spotify. Some books are remarkable for the impact that they have in your life in terms of the lessons that they provide. And today I want to talk to you about one such book. And I love airports, especially when you are able to pick up a book of this nature from any of the airports that you're traveling around, because they have some of the airports have wonderful bookstores. And today I want to talk to you about one of the most remarkable books you'll ever get to read on management, leadership, and coaching, which is The Barefoot Coach, written by Paddy Upton, a stalwart figure for Indian cricket, because he was the mental conditioning coach of the Indian cricket team when they won the 2011 ICC World Cup. And this book is full of wisdom. Whether it's about leadership, whether it's about management, whether it's about self-development, whether it's about personal management, whether it's about coaching, it's got everything. And it's remarkable in various ways. But as I always say this, a well-written book is equally important. You may have great concepts, but you also need to present them beautifully through the written word. And that's exactly what Paddy Upton has done with this book also. I had reviewed a few books earlier, and I had spoken about the psychology of money in my last review, and I said it's one of the wonderful pieces of literature, and I would say the same for this Barefoot Coach book by Paddy Upton also. It's a wonderful piece of literature. When I say wonderful piece of literature, it doesn't have to be classical, it doesn't have to be poetic, it doesn't have to be of the typically of the Shakespearean style or the classical writing style. I say wonderful piece of literature simply because it communicates the ideas so beautifully. Now, this book has many highlights. Now, for example, it teaches us how to lead a life based on your strengths, and it gives examples. It gives examples from the sport I love the most, which is cricket. And he talks about the stalwarts of the Indian cricket team and just what makes them such stalwarts, what makes a Sachin Tendulkar a Sachin Tendulkar, what makes a Virender Sehwag a Virender Sehwag, what makes Rahul Dravid a Rahul Dravid. And there are some wonderful examples. There are wonderful stories which are shared in this book by Paddy Upton, and he captures this entire journey of how Gary Kirsten took over as the head coach of the Indian cricket team and how then India finally went on to win the 2011 World Cup. So you can use it like a manual for coaching, you can use it like a manual for teaching or understanding leadership and management. You can use it as a manual for your self-development. You can use it as a manual to just understand the nuances of sports and how sports and life so beautifully correlate. Now, one of the most amazing highlights of this book, and which I think every corporate leader and every organization should understand and drive this, which is incredible, is the goals that were set for the Indian cricket team. And I find it amazing. There are four essential things, and the last one is the most fascinating for me. So let me read out. The first one was to become the number one test side in the world, no brainer. Win the 2011 ICC World Cup, no brainer. It was held in India, so it was India's cup to lose, so to say. Create a happy team environment, of course, very critical. But this is where I really fell in love with this last thing, which says, help players become better people. Player self-mastery. Help players become better people. Now, what do we get from this? There are so many organizations which aggressively drive performance, aggressively drive sales, and very often people start feeling it's a make or break thing for them in their life if they don't achieve their sales targets or their performance goals. But what about becoming a better person in the process of trying to win? Winning is winning everything. I mean, it's something that we can talk about maybe later on. But I think winning is not always everything. I think winning is everything if along with that you also become a better person. Even if you lose, but in the process you become a better person. I think that is the biggest victory. That's what is self mastery. It's about becoming a better person, because winning and losing are relative. You win sometimes, you lose sometimes. But in this rat race to win always, we really forget how to win our own inner limitations. That's what real victory is all about. And I find that very fascinating. So when I read these four goals that they set for the Indian cricket team, I was so fascinated by the last one, how to achieve personal self-mastery. And he gives examples of just what makes Sachin Tendulkar a Sachin Tendulkar. I mean, the stature of the man is not just coming from the runs that he scored on the matches that he won for his country, or the hundreds that he scored in his career. It's the character, it's the caliber, it's the stature, it's the way he carries himself even today. Those are the things that we need to pick out and learn from legends. Their behaviors, how they behave, and the humility that they exude despite the stellar and stunning achievements in their life. So the Barefoot Coach is a must read. It's very engaging. It's like a story, lots of beautiful examples, and it will expose you to a really wonderful knowledge of management, leadership, and coaching content. So the link to buy this book from Amazon is given in the description. I hope you enjoyed this little review of this fascinating book called The Barefoot Coach by Paddy Upton. Do pick it up, do read it, do share your comments about this review. And if you have read the book, would you like to share some insights on the book in the comment section? I look forward to your feedback. Please do subscribe to my YouTube channel. Please do listen to my podcast on Spotify called as The Voice of Wisdom. And I'll be back very soon with one more learning nugget, one more book review. Till then, do take good care of yourself. God bless you, and thank you very much.